All right, so I originally wasn't going to go over this or cover it because uh, I try to stay away from the popular things, but the the misunderstandings I'm seeing in the comment section, I have to. I can't not do it. So I'm gonna play it, then we're gonna go to the comment section.
I have kids by 5 women, right? I take responsibility for laying down with them, making baby with them, making babies with them, and all that. I take full responsibility. You know what I'm saying? But 3 of them, I regret even knowing. Paid millions and millions and millions of dollars in child support. You know what I'm saying? And still don't see my kids. At 42, my kids in high school and in college. But peep this out. I'm saying this to say, find one woman, love her, have kids with her, and build your family. Because having kids by multiple women can destroy your life. I've been having 3 out of my 5 trying to destroy my life since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I pay millions in child support and still don't see my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you this to tell you to be smarter, bro. Don't make the same mistakes I made. Find you one woman, love her, and have kids by her. Because having kids by multiple women can destroy your life, bro. Because a bitter baby mama ruins black men just as much as the police or just as much as anybody. Okay? They won't say that. And of course, women won't say that because it's majority of them. But fellas, we got to be smarter. Okay? We got to be smarter. I don't have problems with my kids' mothers unless they done ran out of money. And it's just facts, bro. It's just facts. But be smarter. Make a better decision. Don't be running around willy-nilly like I was doing and all that. And, try to find your relationship and stay in that one, bro. Because I'm telling you, you have a life of pain and misery and unnecessary stress. And it ain't nothing you doing. It's the bitterness of another person. Okay? So continue to love your kids and do whatever. Even if you do have kids, love them just as you were in a great relationship with their mom. But if you don't have kids, bro, take your time. Find you one woman, settle down and have kids and do it the right way. Because I'm telling you, the quickest way and the fastest way for a demise of a black man, especially a successful black man, is a bitter black woman. Truth hurts. You know what I'm saying? Brothers that's out here that ain't getting in trouble.
All right, now think about that. What a lot of people are upset about is when he said the one time he said a bitter black woman. But you gotta understand before that he said a black man. Contrary to popular belief, and y'all gotta really step outside of the internet. Statistically speaking, and with even what you see with your eyes for the most part, black people are with black people. Think about that. So when you go into the generalization of it, because remember before he got to that last 10 seconds, he said a bitter baby mama, uh, uh multiple women. He said black woman one time when he said black man. When he made it race specific on both ends. So it wasn't just him this was not a video dogging black women. And that one word, and this is proof that you can't say shit about women and it actually be thought about and held to any type of perspective. You just can't do it. Because let's think about the statement. Let's think about the statement and exactly how I do. We're not even gonna eliminate race or nothing. The biggest problem, paraphrasing, the biggest problem or biggest downfall of a successful black man is a bitter black woman. Tell me the lie there. Show me the fault. A bitter black woman that has a baby by a black man and wants to destroy him or make his life as hard as possible, doesn't she just have to use the legal system? Doesn't she? I mean, again, how many times or how many situations has, and I understand that it's been reasons where it was legit. I'm not saying that it isn't, But focusing on his point is, how many situations have there been where a black woman called the police on a black man out of the sheer fact of, nigga, I'm do some shit and fuck with you. I'm gonna get you put out, right? Yes, all races can do that. But he was being race specific. I don't understand why he couldn't. The only women mad at this message are the ones who feel personally attacked, and they may feel attacked because they're in the situation he's warning men to stay away from. This message is intended for young black men. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. Who's he likely to end up with? I know when they like to cut the commercials, especially during these holidays. Like I remember I was watching like a Christmas Day NFL game last year or Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving, and the Cowboys were playing. They had put one of the black dudes up on the screen of his family, and it was like she wasn't. I don't think she was white, but she was something else. But she was white skinned. So I know the media or the internet loves to do this, whether it's purposely or not, but it happens. But for the most part, black people end up with black people. So the message fits. So women who want a father to be present financially are just as detrimental as the police who are using them for target practice. Whoa. Just like men say women are raped and sexually assaulted, there's two sides to every story. It's true. But ladies, here's the thing, right? If you're in a situation, you could give him the kids, right? And you see him when you could. You could ask him straight up. And you could come, because then you can come with receipts and everything. You can offer full custody with visitation rights. Because like you said, he spent millions and millions of child support. Well, obviously, he was financially set to raise them, right? So why didn't you let him have the kids? Again, that doesn't negate the fact that her side was her side. But I always kind of think about that perspective or that idea of why not just, if you really asked her for money, why didn't you give him the kids or the child? He has some valid points. He also is emotional and hurt for the poor choices he made in women. Hope he uses all his energy next on repairing his relationship with his kids. Simple. Nothing he said was incorrect until the end when he specified bitter black women over just saying bitter women. Women of any color can do what he is describing. We know that. We know that. But again, he specified black men who are likely to end up with black women. We know the Michael Strahans exist that are getting fucked by white women. We know that. But generally speaking, he's going to end up with a black woman, right? So I have a lot of questions here. Why did the file for custody or shared custody in order to see his kids? I think that's supposed to be why didn't he file for custody or shared custody? If he didn't, then that is a reasonable question. I'm not sure if he did or not. If he didn't, that is a reasonable question. Why after the second baby mama, he didn't stop procreating? Why after like the first kid? I don't understand why we're just so casual. Well, I do, but I don't. But again, I'm against this idea of you can just casually have kids with people, and you can do just as good as a parenting job as if you're both in the same household. This shit, that idea to me is just fucking stupid. But yet, because people want to live full. People want to be kids forever. They'd rather do it that way than to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to actually give my kid the best possible probable life that they could have. Understand? So that's, that's where I don't understand that. His message is necessary for the men that think it's cool to have multiple baby mamas and not take care for their children. What? Is that a question? Let me read that again. I don't even think that's a fucking question. I think she's being an ass now. But being terrible at it. 3. His message is necessary for the men that think it's cool to have multiple baby mamas and not take care of for the children. That is not a question. Let me try to make that a question. Let me try to make this a question. Okay, it could be, is this message necessary for the men? That would be a stupid ass question because obviously it's for them. Again, I don't. That's a statement, not a question. Is she? Nice. Oh, damn it. Those are fucking amazing. I just got to say it. I'm not even a titty guy. We're moving on. Stop. Although I don't agree with everything he said, I think a lot of it is valid. But what don't you agree with? He lay with 5 different women, yet won't take responsibility. How? He just said it was a bad idea. What the fuck? This is the thing. So because he put any blame on them, by default, apparently he's taking all blame away from himself. No, he said it's a bad idea. Why the fuck do y'all do that? Why? This is that equivalent thing of, hey, you should try to not be a single mom because it's really difficult and kids usually are worse off. Well, what about the dude? Yes, he's a deadbeat, but you should avoid being in that situation. But if he just stayed, it's the same shit. He said that he shouldn't have done it. It's a bad idea. Like he said, find one woman and have her and be with her and have kids. He said don't do what he did because it's fucking stupid. God. Yes, that statement was as dumb as that pose. Fact is, he cannot father 5 different households at once. Who the fuck can? Who can? Who can father 5 households at once? Why the fuck would you do that? God, stupidity. Creating friction and tension in each relationship, also giving money, isn't the end all be all to fatherhood. It's shitty to think someone is better because they want better. What? He didn't even describe what they wanted. The closest he came to that is saying, I don't have a problem with them until they run out of money. In no way did he even come close to saying that we have problems because they want better. You could only make this statement if you heard their side of the story and it sounded like this. Damn, this is a reach. Response. But he literally said he takes full responsibility in his first couple sentences. I don't understand how you missed that. But you can tell he did not because of how he explains the situation. Theory and practice, love. He said he's having these problems because he made 5 baby mamas. Whereas had he made a smart move and had vetted one woman and had babies with her, he wouldn't have this problem. He's having these problems because of the problem he admitted to, or the mistake he admitted to. Anything to take all the blame off of women, right? They can have any blame, right? Right? Nah, you can't just make up your own shit to fit your narrative. That the man said he takes responsibility for his actions, and this is basically a warning to the younger men to not make the same mistakes he made. He said a lot. You get to pick the points you want to believe. Me too. Nobody is picking the points. Nobody is pick. That's you. That's fucking you. LOL. The man took responsibility. Realized he made a mistake having a baby by all these women and is warning young black men not to do the same thing. All the woman heard was him calling them bitter. Exactly. Yes, that's all you heard. That's all the fuck you heard. You can't take responsibility, then call the people who were affected by your actions bitter. Taking responsibility allows you to understand their reaction to your actions. Plus, the black women are worse than cops' comment was out of pocket as fuck, but okay. Well, I thought he said just as bad, but I maybe I heard that wrong. But this part where he said you can't take responsibility, then call people by affected. Yo, what do you mean affected? What did he rape them? Were they like 11 when he got them pregnant? Were they not adults? What the fuck? Did he lie to them and say, yo, I have no baby mamas anywhere? Nope, absolutely not. I have no kids, not paying any child support. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, they're adults. They are adults. What do you mean affected by his decisions? At least two women understood. He's got the right to feel he's doing right things right. What? This is a joke, fam. Bruh have 5 different baby mamas and think women are the problem. That is not what he said. If women are the problem, then the solution would be don't fuck with women at all. That would be the solution if he said women are the problem. He said don't have babies by multiple women. Have them by one good woman. That's what he said. He didn't say women are the problem. Did I ignore that part? When people get to talking like this, I just start going, maybe I am fucking like ignoring shit. Because I didn't fucking hear that. People are fucking reaching with this, dude. This is crazy. Or again, maybe I just missed a lot. Maybe I gotta rewatch it. You must have stopped listening after he said 5 baby mamas. Clearly, come on, yo. He was going great until he attacked women. You can't be accountable and point fingers at the same time. However, I approve the first half of this message. Oh my God. Maybe this response is right. Let's see. No, he said where he messed up, but also says he regrets nothing wrong with anything he said. That's his experience he's speaking on. Okay, that was a run-on sentence. Oh, okay, then I misunderstood him. I still overall approve of what he's saying though. People, you can take accountability and include a but in there. I know, when I used to watch Dr. Phil, it used to annoy the hell out of me when he said you can't say but. You absolutely can say but. You can say, yeah, I fucked up, but this person did this. I fucked up and got 5 women pregnant. I was fucking stupid for doing that. But they're being absolutely moronic about this. They're making things way harder than what they need to be. This could be a lot smoother. See, that's I'm wrong and they're wrong. I'm wrong and they're wrong. It doesn't need to be I'm wrong and they're absolutely right and they are victims. That girl a few statements ago, she literally thinks his baby mamas are victims. Those adult people. Ladies, are y'all adults or are y'all children? You gotta think about that question. Because if you feel like she felt, you are then saying that you are a child who people need to make decisions for you. Because everybody else's decisions that you involve yourself in, you are now a victim. So if you feel like she felt, you have made yourself a child. Common sense equals dropping knowledge. What? Okay, I'm not even going to look at that one. Because no one told him to go have kids by 5 different women. So because he has 5 baby mamas, that's an excuse for not being able to see his kids. I'm not going to go with his question, but does that mean that all any toxic behavior is then justified? So if a woman has 5 baby daddies, is their shitty behavior going to be justified? Not paying child support, is that going to be justified? Not coming to see their kids, is that going to be justified? This is retarded thinking, and we are willing to do this again for women. I'll tell you the problem. Being overly sexual has consequences. You risk your life for an opportunity and you allow temporary people permanent benefits. Control should be the advice. Of course, the woman is going to come pregnant. You were the best thing that happened to her. And then this person says he just said that. Her message is kind of like iffy addy. Being overly sexual has consequences. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is true regardless of male or female. When she says you risk your life and allow temporary people permanent benefits, well, that's one thing us men is complaining about is it shouldn't be simply they get to live off us for fucking ever. Right? That shouldn't be. Just no. Fuck no. No. I don't give a fuck what. No. Absolutely not. Then of course the woman's going to become pregnant. You're the best thing that happened to her. I don't know how to feel about that statement. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. We're talking about him having to deal with problems being a father that he shouldn't. So I don't understand that whole statement. Any man that don't know this already is bait out here. Look, I understand this idea of men should know this by now, but you're constantly dealing with people that say if a man is critical, as you see, this is proof that if you're critical of women, then there's something wrong with you, just by default. You can't be critical of a woman as a man. You can't say, look, it's a lot of women out here that's the predators. Because then people look like, oh, wrong. No, the women is you can't. A lot of dudes are still told like, yo, go and get married. Go. I honest, if it was up to me, I would tell dudes, don't have any kids until they change the laws. None. I don't care what you got to do. None. Because these laws are fucking ridiculous. But that's just me. But again, like I was saying, that they're constantly being told that this is a good thing. Being a father, being a husband to any woman is a good thing. You know? Because, they can do no wrong. I don't think it's anything wrong with what he's saying. He's speaking from his perspective, which is his right. I don't even agree with this whole his perspective. Like that's period. Be careful of the people, male or female, who you have a baby by. That shit is detrimental to you. It doesn't have to be somebody's perspective for it to be right. This message is right, period. Period. If you flip it and a black woman is like, be careful who you have a baby by because so on and so on, a weak ass black man can be your downfall. Well, that statement would be true. So his perspective is stupid. One day we're going to have to sit down as a community and discuss how some black mothers have contributed to fatherlessness within the community. To be honest, he not saying nothing I didn't already tell my brothers. Wouldn't tell my future son one day. The world praises men for sleeping with a bunch of women rather than praising a man for keeping his body and sperm sacred. The white agenda glorifies black sexualization and not black marriage. I'm not going to go with the white agenda. We do that enough ourselves. We do that ourselves. I'm not going to put that on white people. We refuse to, and this is one of the reasons why that topic will never die. Like I was listening to Bernard's show shit the other day. Forget how long ago it was. It was sometime this week where they're just like, I think asking Obsidian to move on and do something different or something like that. I was in and out, but that was the general idea that I got from the show. We will never get over this because we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep having these problems. And then it's like, why are we in this position? Because we haven't changed shit. And we aren't going to change shit. Because again, the people that are having all the fun and no accountability want to keep it that way. And they have their human right to do so. But then when the consequences spill over and people have to come in and fix it, now it's like it's a conflict now. So this is always going to be an ongoing debate, discussion, and problem. And it is what it is, I guess. Guess you slap that saying on. It is what it is. Water is not wet, people. I was with everything, but the last statement, I think overall, to be honest, I can relate to what he's saying because, to be honest, my father is pure hell, the devil himself. And if you've never had to deal with the bitter baby mama and baby daddy BS, you cannot understand what the pain is really like. And people are quick to say, "Oh, it can't be that bad." Yes, the fuck it can. If you're saying it can't be that bad, then you've obviously never seen a broken family, which I'm going to do a video about because people don't know what a broken family is. So oddly, since it's the norm now, people just don't know what it is. I got 5 kids and 5 baby mamas, but their bitterness is the problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. Hey, don't do what I did because this is the problem. This is a possible outcome. And all you heard was they're the problem. How, dude? So think about this. Wherever, ladies, think about this. If you're agreeing with what the women like this are saying. So because you are one of many baby mamas in which most of you already understood that, now you have a right or you are justified in being an outright asshole. You're justified just because there's another baby mama. That is so fucking stupid. If that is your logic, you're an idiot. That you can't justify behavior because there's multiple of you. That's dumb. That is incredibly fucking stupid. That is so dumb. So the single mom that I was in a relationship with some years ago, if she had went through with the pregnancy and it made me baby daddy number 2, would I then be justified in being the jackass and the asshole about being a baby daddy because there's 2 of me? He replies with, having 5 baby mamas doesn't excuse the fact that 3 of them won't let him see his kids. Now, for the people saying that they're in high school and college, he can still go see them. They just don't want to. Okay, let's put it like this. Let's assume they're all in the same state, which I seriously doubt. Let's say they're all in the same state, right? Could he go and uh let's see, pull up to the high school or something and all this and that and whatever and hang out with them? I'm sure that would be possible. Um but extended visits like weekends and shit, they will probably, I'm assuming, again, I've never been in this position, but I'm assuming that they'd be able to cause some issues over that and say he's overstepping like bounds and shit. And this is why I think people need to step back and vote against the government having this type of involvement. But there are like things keeping that can keep you from having extended visits with your kids. But again, if they're in the same state, you could probably pull up on them here and there. Now, for the one or two that are in college, I don't know how that situation works out. Is he talking about them? I don't, about the college kids specifically. I don't fucking know. I really don't. I have to see exactly what they have drawn up, where exactly the situation is, before we go and say could he can just go and see the kids because they're grown. All right, because we consider kids in college kids. Think about that, kids in college. We don't consider them adults. Okay, I was rocking with it until the very end, but the majority. Moving on. His kids are old enough to create their own relationship with him. With that being said, he is also aware of this. The math's not adding up. He needs to be honest with himself and think about what he thinks he's doing and what he's actually doing. I won't debate that. 3 different women with 3 different backgrounds, upbringings are all withholding him from a child. Let's not rule out his behavior as a potential being a factor. It's not just a flaw within women, but the court system that sees he is paying yet still does not allow access. All may be true, but he specifically said baby mama, not the courts. And regardless of his behavior, unless he's beating the kids or mentally abusing them, he should be allowed to see his kids. Period. Just because him and baby mama had a relationship. Blah, blah, blah. And again, this is true if that's the case, but we got to really see what's going on. At the end of the real video, he said something along the lines of, "Bitter black woman, ruin black man's life as much as the police. I'm still wondering how he is still alive with all those trainers behind him. Rest in peace, 5 baby Addies." Huh? I don't understand what is the smart ass statement she's making. It was saying, comparing bitter black women to police, saying that they're just as dangerous. That does not mean by default that a black man is absolutely just not going to go anywhere. Like that's what the statement Ifeem is alluding to, and I don't get it. I don't get the smartassness in that statement. It doesn't make any sense. What the fuck did her bio just say? Women are not equal to men. Why do you want to be equal to trash? Alrighty. Okay. Let's move on. Listen, this idea of he comparing them to the police, wow. Remember, I said that there are situations where they will call the police on him even if the situation doesn't call for that. So you can say they equate to each other, because in some cases they work in tandem. He's just keeping it real and owning up to his actions. It's a lesson learned. Majority of people feel some type of way about the women who feel attacked. Probably grazing over the fact that he learned from his reckless behavior, he understands where he fucked up. Sounds like he was fine until he started seeing a lot of black women. I wonder what he did to make them bitter. What? What? So if a woman makes me bitter, is that the question you're going to ask? Is that the question you're going to ask? There are a lot of men that are bitter to women they didn't even have a baby with because they got rejected. But that woman did something to make him bitter. Do we give a fuck? Plot twist. I'm a man and I have 4 kids from 2 different women. My oldest from a woman and 3 from my wife. But I've had full custody of my child from birth. Don't know her biological mother if they bumped into each other in Walmart. I don't put her on child support at all. Do you? I don't understand why you put this up here. Why do we care about that during this situation? Why? I understand the main point, but I think there's a greater reason why he doesn't see his kids. It's possible. That may be true, but we never hear there are other sides. The millions and millions of time a woman drags a man about him not seeing his child. I won't agree to that personally because I always ask that. I always ask. Well, not necessarily. If at this point, if a woman complains about the dude not being there, I'm just like, well, you fucking chose him, and don't give a fuck. So I'm still not going to agree to that because when I hear that, I don't care. I don't care enough to ask any question. All right, I'm gonna. Oh, that's the last bit of it anyway. So I guess I'm gonna read this last one since this is it. Because a hit dog will holler. He already took accountability for his actions and said, "Don't be like him." But he's stating a fact some don't want to admit, which is some bitter baby mamas really do poison kids against their dads. Some feel attacked. He responds, "You know how I feel about people's reaction on here." All right, so yeah. What y'all think about what he said? You know, was he got a line for the race part? Be right, not positive. Out.